Hello everyone and welcome back to Football Manager 2024 and another episode in this series with Newcastle United, where we had a pretty poor start to the season last time around, with Spurs beating us to the Community Shield and then Fulham also managing to get a victory over us, which put us in a pretty poor position 2 games in. But we did then, after last episode, manage to win 3-0 against Luton. And that was mostly thanks to Alexander Isak getting 2 goals and also a first goal for the youngster Callum Doyle, who had come into the team as well. And that will give us a little confidence boost as we now take on Liverpool away from home. Then we have Spurs at home, Arsenal at home, Spurs away in those next 3 games. So we'll watch all 3 of those games in this episode. No changes in the transfer window from the last episode, and for this game we have got Joe Willock coming in because Tonali is carrying a little bit of a knock, but hopefully he'll just come back in not too long. The rest of the team's pretty much as you might expect it to be. I'm starting to settle on a starting defence, I think, now, but we'll see how it holds up against this Liverpool team before we commit to that. I think Getrudia out on the left with Botman and Doyle in the centre seems to work well, but I'll keep experimenting if the goals keep going in. Now this is going to be a tough match. You can see Liverpool already up there towards the top, Chelsea emerging as the main contenders so far. But here's Alexander-Arnold to Jones. Alisson on the ball, plays it forward to Alexander-Arnold again, goes back. Oh, it's gone in. What has happened there? That is absolutely incredible that has happened. I genuinely didn't know how to react because I just didn't understand what happened. Arnold just played that back. It was so innocuous. And has Becker just gone over the ball there? That is the most ludicrous goal I have ever seen myself benefit from in Football Manager. That is absolutely amazing. We're 1-0 up with 0 shots, 0 XG. How is that a thing? We have now had our first shot and Liverpool are looking to come back. Their confidence is going to be a bit knocked, so we do need to try and keep them out for a little while. Here's Szoboszlai and will save, but Mo Salah is there. The flag does go up against him. I assume that VAR will have a little look at that, but it did look offside and the goal is indeed disallowed. Pretty sure the flag went up there. I don't know why they're saying VAR was ruling a goal out. But we've got Robertson now putting the ball in. Luis Diaz back to Darwin. They're getting in dangerous positions, especially Arnold, but that ricochets up and Pope is able to claim it. He's looking to bring it out now. Sends the ball over the top looking for Isak, but it's come down to Mo Salah through to Darwin and he's put it wide. I'm happier if Darwin's in the middle than Salah. I'd like to keep Salah out on the wing for as long as we can in this game. Here's Botman out wide to Doyle. Played into Bruno, back to Doyle. Just looking for that forward pass, really. Doyle might make it now. Instead, he cuts inside and goes back. Bruno finally makes that pass to Willock. There's a lot of space on the right, but he's found Isak through the middle, and it has gone over the top. I thought that was a save by Becker, but it wasn't. The ball just went over the bar, and Liverpool can come back at us now. I still can't quite believe that we're 1-0 up in this game. An absolute gimme from Liverpool, and Jones is in behind, but he has put it wide. I think we might need to go to a slightly more cautious approach because it feels like Liverpool might be getting a little bit of momentum here. Torres sends it back to Doyle. Now Bruno over the top looking for Isak, comes down, Salah gets it away. Darwin picks it up on the right flank and he's taken everybody on. Sent forward, Trippier wins it, Gordon, Getrudia. He sends it all the way back to the keeper. High press from Liverpool and it has paid off for Szoboszlai. Now Luis Diaz trying to go on the outside route. Trippier makes tackle but Diaz rides it. Plays it into Darwin and he has somehow basically hit the corner flag from that position, which is a remarkable bit of poor finishing. Here's Getrudia to Joe Linton. Now Isak back to Doyle. Bruno through the middle to Isak. Willock to Gordon. Nice passing. Oh, and Gordon has struck the post. That was a really good bit of build-up from the team. And then Gordon with an excellent effort that just cannons off the post and goes out wide. But we're in a really good position at the moment. We're still carrying some threat, we're still keeping them shut out, and we're still benefiting from their really poor mistake in defence from Becker, which has made it 1-0 at half-time. And I think we can be very happy with that. I think we can also go back to a slightly more attacking mentality at the start of the second half. We've already been lucky to get that goal. In theory, we should still really be chasing a goal. So I'm willing to take a little bit of risk here and see if we can get a second. But we don't seem to be creating much, so I'm not going to linger on that if it's not going to lead to a goal. And in fact, it might punish us here. We should Bosley on the free kick, and he's hit the stanchion of the goal there, and it's just cannoned away. Now Robertson, 25 minutes to go, finds Virgil van Dijk, Kanate out wide, Diaz down to Szoboszlai, and Pope with a very good stop. The team's still looking fairly fit at the moment, so I'm not going to rush to change anything when it's sort of working. We just need to keep them shut out, and at the moment that is what we're doing, but it could change here. Virgil van Dijk can't keep the ball in there on the left wing, and it does just go out of play. But at the moment we're doing well. I'm going to just sort of encourage the team a little bit here, see if that's a negative reaction right there. Let's make a little change, make sure we are keeping the fitness levels up. Wilson could come on. Torres hasn't had the best game, but I don't have many options for him, so instead let's go for... I've just put Livramento up there. Livramento could go up there. He'll be fine. 10 minutes to go. Alexander-Arnold with the throw in to Jones. Van Dijk all the way back to Becker. This time he does send it forward instead of letting it roll into the back of his own net. Van Dijk again, back to Becker. Not lost faith in him. Endo to McAllister. To Diaz, nice touch. He's in a good spot, and he's found Darwin. And there is the goal. Maybe we should have gone defensive a little bit earlier. Maybe I shouldn't have tried to encourage the team. It seems to have just made things worse. But Liverpool now have managed to get back on level terms. Diaz there just beat the defenders, played it in. I mean, I think there must have been Botman in the middle there. Maybe should have cleared it. But we are where we are. It's 1-1. We're going back to attacking, and we're going to see if we can make this work for us and get the goal that we probably should have got earlier in the game anyway. Pope plays it forward to Joe Linton. Now Botman out wide to Doyle. He's trying to switch it to Willock. Those sorts of passes always lead to turnovers in possession. And Mo Salah cuts inside and scores. And this is not what we wanted. We are now 2-1 down against Liverpool. After benefiting from that opportunity earlier in the game, we have just sort of capitulated here. Jones through the middle. Pretty sure Liverpool did this to us last season as well. As Salah gets in, and you just can't allow him to get in like that. He's always going to finish with that left boot of his. And it is now 2-1 to Liverpool. Going to try and demand more from the team. Livramento's been robbed. Now Luis Diaz taking it to the opposite flank for Mo Salah. It's going to be another ball over the top, I imagine. There it goes. McAllister's got to it as well. He's got someone completely free in the middle. And Darwin Núñez has made it 3-1 to absolutely wrap this one up. Really poor. Really, really poor from the team. They did quite well up until this point, but then they've just absolutely blown it. Mistakes by me. I should have gone more defensive, more quickly. Maybe I should have probably not put Livramento up there when I meant to put Qual up there. But we are where we are, and it is going to be another defeat. So we are not in the best of positions at the moment as Trippier puts his corner in. Botman tries to head it in, but easy for Becker to take. And Liverpool might well counter here and try and get a fourth goal. But our title defence is looking very shaky already, as Mo Salah does try to push for that fourth goal down the right flank. Turns, sends it back. Jones comes to Salah once more. It's gone into Darwin, and he's off the crossbar. So close to a hat-trick there, Darwin Núñez. I did say he was terrible at finishing, and he has punished us in this game. But that is just what you get there. 3-1 defeat. And we've got a lot of work to do against Arsenal and Spurs in the next two matches if we're going to save the start to this season. So a big game for us now at home against Arsenal. We do have João Neves coming into central midfield alongside Joelinton and Bruno. But otherwise, I am sticking with the same team that were beaten by Liverpool. I am expecting a little bit more from them today than we got in that last match. But if we lose this game at home against this Arsenal team, we really are in trouble. We're already 15th in the league table as it stands, but it could get much worse if we don't start picking up points soon. And an injury to Joe Linton is not going to help us very much. It's going to be Tonali coming on. Tonali still coming back from his own injury, so it's a bit earlier than I would have liked to bring him on. He might not make the whole game himself, so he might have to make his substitution there. But we'll see how we get on. Trippier here with the throw in. We are at home. That is different. Neves puts it in. White further on. Torres is there. Holds it up. Now Tonali to Bruno, and it's gone in. That was really, really nicely done. He's found the bottom of the post there, and it cannons into the back of the net off the post. A really nice finish. Looked like that was going to bounce straight back out, but instead we get that little bit of luck that we also got in the Liverpool game early in the match, and it beat Hein in the Arsenal goal and went into the back of the net. And Bruno there, not scored that many goals for us since I've been manager, but he got an important one there. And now Doyle has lost possession to Jesus. Oh, they were trying to play a quick pass through. Gertrudia did well. Tonali there risking a red card. Gordon back to Trippier. Bruno back down that right flank. Trippier is still trying to push forward here, and Bruno now spreads the play, but White gets the head to the ball. Doyle, he's got a man in behind if he needs it. Puts himself in behind, finds Isak, and that is an instinctive save from Hein to push that one around the corner as Trippier goes over to take it towards Botman, but it is cleared away to Anthony Gordon. He's still keeping the thread up to the byline, and Hein able to catch that before it could be tucked into the back of the net. Now Odegaard with a free kick for Arsenal. Taking his time with it as Osimhen goes off the pitch. That's where I like Osimhen. Odegaard puts it in. Cleared away. Martinelli. And the 10 men of Arsenal there nearly getting back on level terms, but it's still us for now. There's Isak. Nice bit of play. He gets inside and it's well blocked by Saliba. Isak probably deserved a goal there. That little interplay to get him in behind and on goal, but it didn't quite work out. Now Trippier into Isak again, but it's a free kick. Isak apparently handling the ball as he tried to get it into the back of the net. And Arsenal again come forward. We've won it back. Ball over to Tonali. Now Torres. He's got the overlap of Doyle. It's gone into... Oh, Isak there. Nearly scoring. He tried to dink it, but he just got too much on it and it went over the bar. Odegaard now with a free kick. And he definitely had Pope beaten there, but it just wasn't quite accurate enough. Corner from Trippier. The set pieces keep coming. Out by Rice. Doyle's there. Back to Trippier. Doyle puts it across. Gordon. Oh, I don't know if that was a deliberate or just a little pass from either João Neves or Bruno Guimaraes, but the little ball that touched on into the path of Gordon was absolutely essential. Doyle and Trippier doing well, connecting well over that side. And then Doyle put across. Oh, it was actually the defender that came off. It just ricocheted into Gordon. That's so instinctive to lash that one into the top corner the way that he did. And we're just going to drop to more cautious, make sure we get in with a clean sheet if we can, because we really need to win this game. That would put Arsenal and Man City in a very difficult position. We would still be 6 points off Chelsea with 2 defeats already this season. But it's not the end of the world. If we lost this game and then lost the Spurs game, we would really be in trouble at the start of the season. But at the moment, we're doing all right. So Odegaard puts this in. Martinelli to Havertz. Now Odegaard. Ball across, and Saliba there just putting it on the wrong side of the post. We're going to go back to attacking for a little while. See him put some pressure on this Arsenal defence as Martinelli has found Saliba, and his massive head has planted that ball into the near post for a 2-1 scoreline. Pope there seemed to be pushing that ball, but maybe he just didn't connect with it, and it has gone past him and into the back of the net. So the game is now looking a little bit more tense. Trippier needs to come off, but I'm going to wait until I need to make another substitution before taking him off. I go more cautious now. Might take Isak off soon. He's not at the best game when it comes to finishing, so I might make that change now. Bring Livramento on and bring Wilson on as well. Wilson's still looking for an opportunity to break into the team. He's actually asked for a transfer request, but I'm not going to let him go. Torres now puts it forward. Saliba away. Botman is there. Plays it over and it's intercepted, but Botman will get it back. Doyle with a lot of space there, and he's not used it. Livramento to Gordon. Can he use the space? He does. He beats the defender. He's got men in the middle. Pulls it across. Doyle arriving. And Doyle scores his second goal. And he is starting to look like a very good signing in defence for us. He's doing well in a defensive sense, but also now starting to get some goals. The assistant thinks we should hook him. He's going nowhere, mate. Gordon pulled it across. That was on a pin to the penalty spot. And Doyle, maybe he should be put on penalties with the way he finished that effort. And it is now 3-1 to us against Arsenal. We've only had one shot on target in the entire game, so I'm not too worried at this point. I will bring Barnes on. I think I will bring down Byrne on as well, who's also transfer listed, but doesn't look like he's going to go in this window. Now Pope plays it out. Only a few minutes left. Bruno back to Pope. Ball over to Gertrudia. João Neves to Gordon. Trying to push down the right flank. He's still got Wilson in the middle. Holds it up. Comes to Livramento. He holds it up very well. Now Bruno to Tonali. Oh, that is beautiful. He may have been banned from football in real life, but in this game he is still a crucial source of goals for us from midfield. He did so well last season, getting more than 10. But Bruno here found him. What a touch. Just stops the ball dead and then smacks it past Hein. And that is a 4-1 advantage now over Arsenal. The points are secure and we are going to get an absolutely massive morale boost. And the ball's come through. Oh, and it's a penalty. This is getting even worse for Arsenal. Their season is looking like it could be in real trouble after this game. They're low down the table and their goal difference is going to take a smack. Wilson's going to take the penalty. Nobody on a hat-trick, so why not? And he does score. Callum Wilson with the goal opens his account for the season. And we are 5-1 up. There's still a few minutes left to go as well. Very nice penalty. He could definitely take them. High in there with a bit of a pathetic dive to his right. He's a very beaten man already. But we do have 5 different goal scorers today, which is always nice, getting goals from around the team. And that is a very good win from the boys as we go into the international break on a high, moving up to 10th. We're above Spurs, Arsenal and City. We are 6 points off the top after 4 games, which is a bit annoying. But only 3 points off Liverpool. I don't think Chelsea are ready to win a title yet, so I don't think we need to worry about being next to them when it comes to, are we going to win the title? Liverpool are definitely the team I'll keep my eye on. Man City will build back and definitely come for us. But it is transfer deadline day. I'm not going to take part. I'm not expecting any transfers in or out, to be honest, unless a bid comes in for someone like Jacob Murphy before the deadline. But we will go to the Spurs game next and see if we can carry on this little momentum push with a win away from home at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Time now for this game against Spurs. The transfer window fully shut now. We're the other side of the international break, and the only thing really to say is that Ryan Fraser has left the club on loan. Otherwise, everybody else is still here. Oh, I also let Kuol go out on loan as well to West Brom, just because we have so many young players to fold into the team, and we also have an awful lot of attacking midfielders that can play on the right or on the left. So I'm not... we've got Minter, Ekaveri, Elliot Anderson. There's so many players that can be folded into the team as we start to get into the difficult fixture congestion, especially with more Champions League games this season with the new format as well. In this game, no major surprises. It's the same sort of back four. Doyle moves to the left-back position with Gertrudia in the middle for this one. And the other thing is Easy got a little knock with Sweden. I'm sure he'll be back for the next Premier League game at the weekend to come. But for now, we're going to play with Wilson up front. He's coming back a little bit happier, having scored the penalty before the international break. He was a bit unhappy I hadn't sold him at the end of the transfer window, but we managed to resolve that one. And now we need to go out and get a victory against Spurs away from home. Spurs down in 12th, but we are level on points, which shows how many teams are blocked together, sandwiched in the centre of the league table. But Gordon has intercepted. He's got his pace as well as he charges down the right flank, beats the defender. He's got to beat him again, but Van der Ven eventually gets there. He didn't have enough support. Gordon on that run. Now Maddison, tackled by Gertrudia, But he's got the ball back from the pass, and Bruno there intercepts, but only Pedro Porro. Oh, and we're lucky there. Neves managed to block that effort. Otherwise, that was nearly an open goal. Now Kulusevski plays it in. Doyle tries to get it away, but they're still coming at us. Kulusevski to Romero, and it's a Pedro Porro goal from a Christian Romero assist. Not something that I imagine happens an awful lot, but it has happened to us because we have been sloppy with our defending. Kulusevski there played it back. Romero just fired it across and Porro reacted well, had a gap in front of him. Nothing Pope could do from that, and we are 1-0 down quite early in this game. We've definitely got work to do. If we could win this game, we'd go into the 4th position. But if we lose this game, Spurs look set to go into that 4th position and we drop to the bottom half of the table. Trippier now will respond with the corner. Botman is in there, but Romero gets out. Botman does well to clean it up. And Bruno, with an ocean of space, charges in and then just sticks it in the back of the net. I don't know what the Spurs defenders were doing there. They left him enough space to take 2 big touches in the box and then smack it home. And Bruno has got yet another goal for us. Maybe he'll be the player like Tonali last season that gets 10 goals. But look at that. That's really poor defense. Even when he struck it, there's nobody about 5-6 yards in front of him. I'd be absolutely furious if I were the Spurs coach and that happened. Here's Gertrudia. He did find João Neves. I saw him free there. He's had to go back to Botman. Just got to be careful with this passing around the back. We've lost the ball on press a few times already this season. Now João Neves finds Torres. Oh, his pass is intercepted there at the key moment. Now Porro finds Bissouma. He's got players in the middle. Forced to go back to Emerson, but there's a man free and it's Bentancur into Kulusevski. And again, we have gone behind, second time in this game, and that all came from a poor key pass from Torres down the other end of the pitch, giving the ball away. And we've not seen enough from Torres early in this season. Need to see a lot more from him. Bissouma there to Royal. That was just simply a case of passing it to the extra man time after time. They could have gone again there. Kulusevski could have shifted that to his left instead for the player to have a clear shot of goal, but he managed to stick it in the back of the net himself. And we are now 2-1 down against Spurs, and you've got to say Spurs probably the better team up to this point. They could make it worse now with Pedro Porro taking the corner, and we're lucky Davies doesn't have the best sense of direction when he's heading a ball as that one goes wide. But some of the other teams we're covering at the moment, just looking at that live league table, we would be bottom of the sort of better teams in the league, which will start to, at a certain point, put a lot of pressure on my management of this team. Botman now, trying to build and release some of that pressure as Trippier charges forward. Maddison to Davies, now Van der Ven. Maddison to Kulusevski. Maddison pulling all the strings, goes back to Bentancur. He's on it again, Maddison. Kulusevski cuts inside, finds Richarlison, and Bissouma was the extra man that time, but he has put the ball wide of the post. It's a really poor performance from the team. I mean, look at the shot difference. Ever since they went 2-1 up, they've been rifling the efforts in. And we are missing probably Isak a little bit in this game as well, it has to be said. But there's no excuse for this sort of performance. We're lucky it's not worse, but we need to do better and climb back into this game. Maybe we can here with Trippier finding Gordon. We're going to shift it over. Oh, I don't know why he went to Pope, but he had Botman right there. Yeah, let's just play 1-2 to the keeper when we're 2-1 down away from home. Gertrudia, forward to Tonali. Plays it through, but it doesn't come for Gordon. And it's those passes that are not coming off for us today. Maybe they will now with Tonali. He's got Wilson there, but he doesn't play it. João Neves to Trippier, Tonali, Gordon, Wilson, back of the net, but the flag's gone up. And I don't think that goal is likely to count. That looked offside to me. Nice that Wilson was able to finish it, but I think this one's going to be ruled out. And indeed, it is ruled out. He'd just gone beyond the last defender there. But a sign that we can still score goals in this game. We just have to keep on going. Got to demand more from this team. It works for some of them and not for others. They're a little bit schizophrenic as a unit, this team. We are just not getting the job done. Going to have to make some changes. Bring on Harvey Barnes. Take Bruno off. Bring on Sean Longstaff for a little bit. Botman's on a yellow. Trippier's on a yellow. No, I'm not too worried about the red card. We need to get the goal more than anything. Time is quickly running out here. Don't have another striker to bring on either, so Wilson needs to finish this game. Few minutes left. This can be a damaging defeat if we don't see this out. And that's exactly what has happened. We beat Arsenal 5-1, and then we lose 2-1 to Spurs. That's not really good enough, and we're down in 13th place after 5 games. And that could lead to people calling for my job with how it's going at the moment. Now, the success of last season will inevitably help out quite a bit. But you can see there that the 44% confidence in me in the league at the moment is not ideal. I think I'll be alright. Still doing alright with the board and with the supporters. Well, the board wanted high reputation players and I have not signed any. So do the fans. So that won't help. That was an easy way to get a bit more stock with the club. But looking ahead now, it's a very patchy start to the season, but we're going to start our Champions League campaign as well. And it's quite a favourable run, actually. We should get out of the Champions League by finishing in the top 8, I would guess. Monaco are first, away from home. Then Palace, Preston, Villa, Rennes, Wolves. And then we have an interesting little run of games with City, Inter and Man United. So I think that's where we'll come back in for the next episode. Inter Milan at home, Man City away, Man United away. There's even Chelsea there as well. So that'll be an interesting little run of fixtures. And then maybe after that, sort of see how we get on in this blob of games in the middle there. But yeah, let's sort of move forward now to this run of fixtures. Hopefully we've picked up a few wins against some of the more mid-table, low end of the table teams in the meantime. Apologies if my voice wasn't too strong. I do seem to be losing it, so I can't shout too loudly. But do drop a like down below if you're still enjoying this series. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're not. A lot of viewers to the channel are not subscribed. And until next time, see ya.